Welcome. This is your RJ, and today we're going to have a really good time. And I know this because I have an extensive show plan today, which I'll probably not follow to the letter, but I've got a lot to tell you about today, and I'm super passionate about it. Before I get into all that, I would like to say this that if you are watching this show from many of the places that it is broadcasting on the internets, in the Facebooks, if you're not on the Black Belt Bots page, do me a favor. Roll up to the top of the post. There's a link right there. Hit that link. And if you do that, you can join me on the page that I'm broadcasting from, and I'll be able to see all your comments and questions. And it's really important for me to grab those. So do that. Hit that link quick. I've got some folks here already. Hello, my friends. Aaron, Lindsay, Corinder, all the usual suspects. Welcome to the show today. So very glad to see you. My name, if you don't know it, is RJ Redden. I am obsessed with messenger bots. I'm obsessed with what they can do, how they can help small business owners, especially shy small business owners who don't like putting themselves out there. I'm interested in how messenger marketing can help those people market. And I show up twice a week on the bot signal right here on the Black Belt Bots channel and talk to you about what they can do, what you can use them for, and how they might make your business better. And so, boy, without further ado, let's dive right into this thing. Denny Van is here. The bot master. Absolutely. I feel it. I feel it. Thank you, Denny, for that one. David Burrows is here. April is here as well. Good day, everyone. All right. So let's talk about this. The title of this one is Making Your Messenger Bot Stand Out. Okay. I want to talk to you today about non-linear bot sequences. Now, if you're super new to bots, a sequence is the free 7-day mini course that you can take. Messages come one right after the other. It's a little bit of education. Now, marketing forever, good marketing is all about education, right? It's all about, teaching people who you're about or what you're about, who you are, what you do, that type of thing. And the sequences is usually that free mini course or that PDF that you've been sort of using as a free giveaway forever. That's a place that most people start with bots. And that is a perfectly wonderful way to start. Absolutely love it. But today we're going to talk about a different approach at it. If you've been having a problem, if you've been kind of stalling on writing your bot because, okay, great, now I have to take that course that I put on Udemy or Thinkific or whatever and fit it into a bot, or now I have to take that email chain, the email sequence and change the platform, and it's going to be a lot of work. Listen to this for a second and think about building your bot this way instead. And I do have an example for you that I'm going to drop a little bit later on that I think is pretty light your fire type of an example. So think about this. Think about building a non-linear sequence. And what I mean by this is, what if instead of kind of teaching everything that you know through sort of a day-by-day sequence, what if you treated it like a playground? Okay, we all remember the playground. I didn't particularly like the playground. I'd much rather sit at my desk and read, but they wouldn't let you do that when I was in school. But the playground, you've got a swing set over here. From the swing set, you can either turn left and go to the slide, or you can turn right and go to the teeter-totter, or you can run into the bathroom. I mean, whatever you need to do. That kind of, I'm going to play here a little bit, and then I'm going to make a choice about what I want to learn next, and I'm going to play here a little bit, it's adding discovery and exploration into your bot. It's not all being passively served to you, and then you may either click the link or not click the link. That's the simple stuff with the sequences we all start on, right? This is like the next level of it. This is like, okay, how can we add some elements of discovery and exploration into the bot so the people are not only like learning the information that we're giving them, they're having fun doing it? When was the last time a marketing experience was fun? For you as the person who was putting it out, or for the people that were consuming it? When's the last time it was fun? So we're going to talk about that today. How to do that, why to do that, all of these different things. Let me go ahead and catch up on these comments. Fantastic. Everyone is saying hello. Hello, Teresa. Adam. Hey, Adam Tech. How you doing? And Teresa says, I love the playground. That's the time you are free to learn and engage on your own. Darling, you are writing my show for me, and I need to send you a check, obviously. Yes, free to learn and engage on your own. This type of marketing doesn't force people to be engaged with you. It's not saying, okay, you have to pay attention to this now, and underlining either the fear of missing out on something or some other fear. It doesn't play. This is marketing that doesn't play on fear at all anymore. This is next level stuff. It is marketing that says, I'm going to make sure that what you're getting is valuable and that you're actually interested in getting it. And all you have to do is come into my playground. All you have to do is come into my playground, do what you want, free to learn and explore on your own. And I will learn more about you through that process alone. In a bot, you can do that. Many of you know I use ManyChat. I use it because it is the easiest, most friendly user interface out there. I've tried a few others. This is the one that my clients really respond to. And so obviously I'm keeping that. I don't like to build a bot for me. I like to collaborate with people when I'm building bots. So ManyChat is my interface. Go check them out if you'd like, manychat.com. Many, not mini. Everybody gets that a little messed up the first time. It's okay. So in that interface, when people go and explore the teeter-totter, okay, when people go and explore the swing set, I can, in the background, kind of watch and notice what you're doing. And because of what you're consuming, I can kind of go, well, maybe they would like this. And then I offer them a chance, and offer them an opportunity to learn about this section of my business. If you think about the areas of the playground as different parts of what you offer, what your business is, whether you offer products or services, bots will work for both. You can then start to get this sense of, okay, well, I'm just going to, I'm going to write about the teeter-totter today. I'm going to make some messages about the teeter-totter today. That will allow people that sense of adventure. When's the last time you had a sense of adventure when you were putting out marketing materials? When's the last time you created an adventure for somebody? So that's why I'm so darn excited about this thing. I'm really excited today, everybody. Okay, anyway. Catching up on comments. I'm still in the stalling stages. Welcome, Barb. And that is awesome. And you will eventually hear or experience something that kicks you right into, we're building this today. So I am not worried about you. You're going to get there sooner or later, my friend. Aaron says I was stalled, and then I added an RJ. Thank you, Aaron. The check is in the mail. Very good. Adam says, I have to see if ManyChat is compatible with Linux OS. Oh, great. Great question. I mean, for me, and this may not be answering your question, Adam, it is browser based. So if your Linux has a browser, obviously, but if you're talking about the more technical stuff that it can interface with on the back end, I have to say I don't know the answer to that question, but I have faith in your ability to find that one out. Adventures, yes, very good. Okay, so let me give you one example, and then a little later on, I'm going to give you an example of a real live bot that I'm co-creating with some clients that you're going to love that uses this motif as well. So create a playground instead of a sequence. Use those discovery and exploration elements of it And I want to talk to you now about an example of a bot that Disney put out a couple of years ago. Who has seen Zootopia? Anybody with kids in the audience? I don't have kids. I have fur babies, but I've seen Utopia twice. Don't ask. Anyway, Zootopia, where there is like a little bunny that wants to become a bot. The Zootopia Police Department. It's maybe the cutest movie ever. Anyway, 2 months after the movie came out, they did all the regular things to promote the movie, right? They shot a trailer, they did all those things. But what they did was 2 months after the movie came out, they created a messenger bot with the personality of this bunny who wanted to become a cop. You could get on and get some training in the Zootopia Police Department. Okay. People are interacting with this thing for over 10 minutes. You know, they are going through guessing, you know, getting the answers right, sometimes getting them wrong, sometimes on these little tests, this training that the bunny was giving, and earning badges as they went, and people flippin' loved it. Now, here's another interesting fact. Zootopia came out March of 2016. The bot was released like 6 weeks later. Why did they do that? Why would they do that after the movie is already way, way out of the theaters in the States? I'll tell you why. To continue to develop interest in this character, because obviously they're going to make a new one. Zootopia did really well, right? So it's just a way of continuing the interest and continuing the adventure after the movie is over, which, if you're a live streamer, think about that. Think about, you know, you do a live stream, but there are 167 other hours in the week that you could use to engage people in your own adventure. And to get people engaging for that amount of time with something that you've produced, when's the last time that, you know, most of the time, this is an engagement thing, and we're going to talk about measuring engagement in an upcoming show. But do you measure your engagement by clicks? Is that how you measure it? We've been taught to measure it that way, so no shame, everybody, no shame in that. But what if there was a new way to measure engagement, to measure the amount of connection you've made with somebody? Because as the way that we've been doing it is it's a little ego boost to see how many views you got. You know, if you're growing or something like that, it's really kind of cool, and you want to kind of keep feeding that. I get it. I do it too. But this is real back and forth. People learning about you and your business, you learning a little about them as well, and then taking that conversation out of a bot and into an appointment, into a little session where you can get to know them a little better. That's what a lot of these bots, you know, certainly my bot and the bots that I collaborate on with people, that's the best way. That's the ultimate goal. So, you know, if you've got some content that you're producing on a regular basis and you want to engage people in that other 167 hours a week, think about creating a playground inside of a messenger bot. Okay, I need to y'all were talking about some comments there, talking about some stuff I need to catch up. Teresa says, different parts of the playground as representation of the different things I offer. Love this. You just rebuilt my whole online presence. Oh, anytime, darling. You're going to curse me later. Anyway, I encourage you, especially if you don't know Teresa's in education, and so, you know, especially, you know, I know that I'm a part-time adjunct faculty professor person at the local university. I'm always thinking about different ways to engage people in you know, to really grab their attention. It's hard to grab people's attention even when they're paying you for it. It's hilarious. Anyway, as an educator, I see where you would really love that idea. Adam says some browser-based stuff on Linux OS still doesn't work well. Oh, frustrating. Sorry to hear that, Adam. Last time I played with Linux was a few years ago. So maybe we can check that one out together. Um, love Zootopia. Teresa says, don't have kids, but loved that movie. Didn't we all, my friend? Adam says, having a brand mascot bot to interact is a fun way to keep people engaged. Oh, absolutely. I mean, mine is named Spinning Dragon. She's the cutest little ninja you've ever seen. She wears a little teal outfit that like zips up in the front. It's hilarious. And she's got the coolest expressions. Those things excite me about putting out there. Designing a corporate logo doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Brand mascots, creating playgrounds. We're changing the way marketing works right here, right now. Anyway, don't mean to be so dramatic. Joy says, hey, RJ, love watching you. Oh, you're the best. I'm so glad that you're here, Joy. It's awesome to have you here. Okay, fantastic, darlings. Looks like I have caught up on the comments for now. So here we go. Here's another thing that we're told in marketing that it really turns marketing right on its head right now. It's this. We're all told, design the interface as simple as possible because people aren't going to click through. They're not going to be that patient. To a large extent, this thing, that piece of lore, that piece of marketing lore is correct. Except if they're having fun. They'll click through all day, baby. Let me tell you, there is a company, and I met with a friend of mine yesterday from way back. He's been on the show before. He's been, hanging out in the comments, and a couple weeks ago he got on and he was talking about, well, bots, those are horrible. Those are bad things. Well, we had some coffee yesterday and talked about this game that he plays. This game is called Ingress. If you want to look it up, there are millions of people who play this game on their phones. It's a augmented reality GPS based game. Basically, you get roving teams of people, and you attack things called portals, and then you hold them for a while, and then there are designs you can make with them, and it's anomalies. It's crazy. He told me all about it yesterday. I'm sure I retained very little of the information, but my friend David has been on planes to Germany to go and get one of these portals. You know what I mean? People join teams and they do all kinds of things, and it's fascinating. By the way, Ingress, I believe, and I haven't confirmed this yet, but I believe they're the people that made Pokemon Go, or at least loaned people some technology. There's a huge example of people will absolutely click through. People will click through, in some cases in Pokemon Go, to their detriment. But if you make something fun, people will engage with it. We're not taught to make marketing fun. We're taught to make marketing filled with these certain keywords, or people will not understand what you're talking about. All of that stuff still absolutely has its place. But what if we could take that to a new level and put some elements in there, that some of the same elements that drive people to go, I have to close this portal down. I need to get on a plane, that kind of stuff, that kind of drive and determination. What if people had it for what you offer? So anyway, off soapbox. I'll get on it. I'll get back on it in a minute. I'm short. Anyway, very good. I love the one you created for the illustrious ones. We're going to be talking about that in just a minute, darling, because they're my example, client example. Terry's here. Now we're having a party like right now. So welcome, Terry. Teresa says, I haven't decided to call. Oh, professional messmaker is hilarious. I love it. That's my vote if you're taking RJ votes. Anyway. So very good. So now I would like to talk kind of about this client example that I've been hinting at and that was just revealed moments ago, because this is live, baby, and that's how it goes. There is a bot out there that is introducing some of these aspects of discovery and exploration. It's called Illibot, and it is the bot that we are writing for a Summer of Love It is some engagement within the group, the illustrious ones, that's put on by Aaron Strayer and Jen Weatherly. I've been working with them on their bot, and they have added some of this element of adventure and surprise. This is something that will delight the people that are on the receiving end of these messages. The first video the other day, I was watching it. Is so well done by Jen Weatherly, by the way. I really just said a few words to her, and she's like, "I've got it," and went off and created a masterpiece for the bot. This video is awesome, you guys. Check it out. But it was all about kind of traveling to all of these different places. And that's kind of what you want to do. A lot of the features of gaming of all sorts, video games, tabletop games, board games, all of these different games, the really good one have a principle called immersion. That you are thinking, if it's a role-playing game, you're thinking about the world as your character would, not as you would. And in using that principle to draw people into your world, it is not even a decision for them to either want to stay or think this is not me and exit stage left with bonus gifts. You know what I'm saying? It allows people, when you draw people in that way, when you give them this exploration and discovery element to it, it makes people know immediately, do I want to stay? Do I want to keep engaging here? Or, okay, this isn't necessarily for me. That decision is the basis of all, now let's build a conversation. For the folks that want to stay, those are the people that you want to talk to. Those are the people that you want to start a conversation in the bot that is live, that is you. I always say, this is RJ, not the bot, before I start remarking to people in the bot so that they won't get confused. You want to take that conversation out of the bot and into a one-on-one meeting of some kind. Some people don't do meetings like that. Some people do, other things to kind of introduce themselves. That's totally fine. For me, I want to meet you. I want to take your questions. I want to figure out what it is figure out if I can help you, or I have a cadre of human beings that could better help and some of them can better help in bots. And so having that to rely on, if I can meet you, I could probably hook you up with somebody who can help, or maybe I can help you. So that's kind of what it's all about. Check that bot out, by the way, Aaron Strayer. If you've got the IllyBot link, will you pop it into the comments so that people can see what I'm talking about there? It's the Summer of Love. It's going to go on it's a 10-week deal. So it goes on all summer. Got a Monday message, got a Wednesday message, got a Sunday message. And it's all about, the two kind of halves of your life. You've got the business half, and then you've kind of got the personal half. And you know what, as entrepreneurs, that line sometimes just kind of disappears, doesn't it? Really? I mean, because we're entrepreneurs. We're not going to punch a clock. I'm working out of my house. I will often get up to go feed the dog, or, sometimes take a nap with the dog. It depends. Anyway, my personal life is completely enmeshed in my business life. And so this bot sort of directs you to pay attention to both as a whole, and to really make progress during the summer, during the season when it's super busy, usually for everybody, and priorities tend to slip. So it is a great little bot. IllyBot is. Do go check it out. Okay, Aaron has dropped a link for us. Fantastic, darling. It's free. Go hit upon that bad boy and see if, think about that example. Think about what you want to create, and if it's possible for you to maybe better create a bot that's not a linear sequence. You have to do this, then you have to do this, then you have to do this. This is welcome to my playground. What would you like to do first? Let's have some fun together. And to me, what, it's a little bit of an advanced technique. I'll tell you, this is like advanced ninja rules, right? But the payoff to something like that is that engagement that you get, that people are consuming your stuff and loving it and enjoying it and thinking, I'll come back to this later. When's the last time you sent an email and had that kind of response? In my case, never, ever. Anyway, very good. So that is some love on Illibot. Go check it out. Here is a couple of good ways to introduce discovery and exploration in your bot. You'll see it if you go to Illibot. You'll see it, in the videos that are coming out and all of the things that they're planning. I get to know about all these things, which is cool. Being an insider, having a front row seat to that show is awesome. But you'll kind of see that adventure type stuff. You can also use gaming elements, but just rename them a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like in this Zootopia bot, you can gain certain badges. You could and that's a level up. That's, my first video game, I think was, it was definitely Atari. Those were the days, weren't they? Well, those were the days for some things. But the Mario and leveling up and all of that kind of stuff, it's all pretty familiar in our vernacular, but you don't necessarily want to call it leveling up, especially if you're a business or a brand that's not video gamified or pointed at a certain generation, although all generations of people play video games now. It's pretty fun. But use those game elements of leveling up, just rename it a little bit. I'll give you an example that I used to use in a Facebook group that I used to run 2-3 years ago. It was called The Dojo. And I would offer these little challenges. Once every 6 weeks to 2 months, I'd offer a challenge. And if you had done the challenge, and, a lot of the milestones were sort of marked within the group there. If you'd done the challenge, then I would issue you a certificate with your name on it and the fact that you completed another belt color. And I would put your belt color, right on there with a little image of, what color it was or whatever. So that was super fun. People loved getting those things. It was like a little, hey, here's an acknowledgement of your effort in this thing. This is how far you've come. So, talk about belt colors. If you're, if your character, your mascot for your bot is karate oriented, you can talk about badges. If you are a bunny doing training in a police department, you can, it's really just your imagination that would stop you there. So you can do little achievement levels, a little ability unlocked. Now you can fill in the blank right here. For instance, if it were Spinning Dragon, let's just throw out an example right here. If you're a person who has subscribed to my live stream and attended several of them, by the way, if you want to do that, type live in the comments, and the bot Spinning Dragon will take over and bring you on in. You have to type live, and then I think you have to type a secondary word that Facebook requires or whatever. But Spinning Dragon will welcome you in. So if you're one of my folks, and if you have clicked through to see the live stream several times, I can set the level at 5 times. And then I could say, the 5th time they hit the button, hey, now you've unlocked a special ability. You can choose a topic for one of my shows. And then have a discussion with that person about what topic that they'd like to see. Little things that sort of level people up and give them a membership and a history inside your Messenger bot. This is something that's very, very easily achievable. And it's all it is using game elements, but dressing them up in your brand. Okay, so let me boop, 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 boop. I'm going to go catch up on the comments. Okay. Teresa says, that's a great line. I'm going to rewatch this and steal some of the language and ideas. Please. And when you're done, share it with any education professionals that you know, or anybody you think might benefit. That's what the show is for. Spread the love. That's what I always say. Aaron says, the response to the Summer of Love has been amazing. Thanks for the plug. Hey, anytime I can help people find a genuinely awesome experience on the internet, I am in. Let's see here. Frogger. I got a little Frogger comment. Great. Teresa says, I love the concept. I've heard you talk about using a scavenger hunt. Excellente. We're actually going to be talking about that in just a couple of minutes as well. Ron, not seeing the link for Illibot. Did I miss it? Ron, if you scroll down just a little bit, Aaron Strayer made the comment just a few minutes ago. And Aaron, if you want to reply to Ron with the link, then go ahead and please do that as well if you'd like. Okay, so we've talked about leveling up using that game element. Here's another game element, Easter eggs. Now, if you've not played a whole lot of video games, Easter eggs are like that special little hidden gem of information that you find within something. Easter eggs are put there for the people who love exploration and discovery and are super smart and love to kind of drill down into things. If they're drilling down into your bot and trying to find things, you've got them, everybody. You've got them. They're your people. So hiding little Easter eggs, if you've, ever hidden Easter eggs for little kids, I've had the privilege to do this a couple of times in my life. But you put them all kinds of places. You put some of them out in plain sight. For the older kids, you start hiding them, you start sort of camouflaging the spot a little bit. You do some extra things to make it, attainable, but you kind of have to stretch yourself to get there. You can do that with information about you, about your services, about your products, about your company. You can make an Easter egg out of that and plant it for people, see who finds it. And then whoever finds that Easter egg gets the joy of discovery plus, well, now you get to ask me one question about, insert your magic here. So that's another way, those hidden little Easter eggs, putting those as little things for people to find, for the observant, for the folks who are really, really playing hard at this. I remember some years ago now, J.K. Rowling, when she was writing the Harry Potter series, she had a website. I think it was jkrowling.com if I'm not mistaken. And in that website, she gave you the ability to find Easter eggs, to find special little things that unlocked an ability or, gave you a little achievement level up, stuff like that. And I could never find them actually on the website. I really tried hard, but then I'm like, okay, I need to eat something. Anyway, that's how obsessed I've been with Harry Potter in the past. But using those Easter egg elements to really place something there for people. People feel special when they've found that stuff. That's exactly what you want. That's exactly what you want. You want people to feel seen and heard. And if you can treat them like a VIP way before they buy from you, then you're on it. You are, and you've got a great bot. Another thing is, and this is the last thing here, and then I'll take questions. So if you have questions on this, start dropping them in the comments now as I explain this last point, and then I'll be able to get to those as they come. So my last point is for introducing discovery and exploration in your bot is the scavenger hunt, treasure hunt idea. Don't know if Dale Maxwell is watching today. Love Dale Maxwell to death. He has got a little program. It's called Kickassery, and he invites people to interview that inspire him. It is really a wonderful thing. And he and I were talking back a few weeks ago, and talking about, creating a scavenger hunt for people. And what he does, because he's so involved with people that inspire him, it turns out that he created a scavenger hunt for the people that inspire you, not, a red feather that has a purple indication on it. Not, nothing like an item, but something that people really dig in and kind of dig back into themselves and produce these letters that Dale will then read on the air sometimes, and with people's permission and stuff. But it's pretty amazing. You can do a scavenger hunt for just about anything. It doesn't have to be a physical object at all. And you wouldn't. How could you deliver that in a bot? No, deliver them an experience they'll never ever forget. It's like the rule, it's like one of the rules in my wife's family that with the little kids, we, as the aunts and uncles of the world, do not necessarily purchase them toys all the time because they kind of have enough of those. It's requested that we purchase experiences for the kids. And this is the way to go in a bot. Deliver an experience they'll never forget. Make them, for me, it's about making people feel special, making people feel heard and smart and wise that they figured that little puzzle out. Teresa says, creating a scavenger hunt for helping parents and kids build skills or learn something. Yes. Listen, if you put, as well as I do, if you put a test in front of somebody, they're going to get all nervous. If you put a puzzle in front of somebody and go, this is going to be fun, it's a whole new experience. It's all about that context. If you can contextualize your bot into a scavenger hunt or a treasure hunt, and you don't even have to use those terms. You could totally come up with something that fits you and your branding. You don't have to use those terms at all. But it is a point-to-point hunt for something awesome. And providing that kind of content in your bot is, it's just second to none. Bots have been around for about a year now. There are starting to be a fair amount of bots out there. Now, I do still end up explaining probably every single day of my life that no, this is what a messenger bot is. I know that those other bots are something different. I do end up explaining that a lot. There's still plenty of people that don't know what a bot is, but they are becoming more and more common. What that means to us as people who market our own businesses, what that means to us is that there are more and more coming into the market. It's time. It's time to look at what you've got and start making it stand out, making it stand head and shoulders above the rest, so that people, when they see your little icon come up in Messenger, they're like, ooh, I wonder what she's got for me today. So that's what you want. That's going to create the best experience, get you the best return on investment in your bot, whether that's time or money. It's your choice, obviously, but it'll get you the best return on investment. It'll get you those conversations. It'll get you those relationships that are solidly built. And what could small businesses use more? Relationships that are solidly built. I know that that's what I build my business on. So let me. Yeah, I've switched experiences with the kids in my family too. And you know what? So much easier to buy because they probably have that, miniature thing, you know what I mean? They maybe have that Lego set already, but having an experience instead, it's much harder to double up on gifting, and so much easier to buy as well. Adam says, endless adventures. I just love having that thought. It speaks to me. That is very nice. That's and here it is. And you guys know I play some Dungeons and Dragons, okay? and being the person who initiates the story. It's the game master. Being the game master means that you create the world. You create the people that populate the world. You create the geography. You can create languages if you want. You can go so deep into this thing, world building, they call it. You can get so deep into that you'll never even play a game. I've seen people do this. But you get to create this land that they're going to see, this adventure that they're going to have. And as a game master, you get to kind of decide, is this going to be a great big sandbox for people to play in and go in any direction they want? Or is this going to be a story that this point A needs to happen before this point B happens, and I need to lead them along a little bit? You can do both of those things in a bot. You can write up a sequence today. You can write up a sandbox today. You can write both and then test them to see what you like better. And actually, if you're stuck trying to write in one phase, switch to another phase, because that switch may just be the kickover point that makes it all start rolling. Well, very good, darlings. I hope you understood all of that. And if you didn't, there is a simple solution to this. Go ahead, get in the chat bot. Check out mybot.com. Get on in there, and there's a summon RJ button. If you have questions, you can talk directly to me through Messenger. There is a schedule a call if you just want to have a 30-minute AMA session with me where you can ask me anything about bots. Also available, because I want to spread this word. I really want to spread the bots Botrific. I hope that Botrific.com is still available, Adam. That's how cool Botrific is. I love it. You can get a hold of me any number of ways to ask some questions, and to really experience what this is that I'm talking about. I'm talking concepts here. If you want to see the real thing, check out mybot.com. Great place to go. Would love to have you, and you can start choosing your own adventure from there. And so that's all I've got for today on this particular topic. On Thursday, we're going to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart as well. It is all going to be about repurposing on Thursday. How much repurposed content and what kind of repurposed content should you be using in your bot? We're going to talk all about that, because I think that I love repurposing. It saves me so much time, my darlings. I'm just a one-person show right here, but there are certain things that are greatly repurposed in a bot, and there are certain things that just should not be done. So we'll talk about all those boundaries on Thursday. For those of you who didn't know, Kim Boltzmann and I do a show every other Friday, Nerdy Girls Geek Out. And wow, it was a hit last Friday. So we decided, because we're marketing people, that we needed to make a Facebook page. So if you'd like, head on over to Nerdy Girls Geek Out and hit like, do those kinds of things. We'll be broadcasting there and cross-posting to our own pages from now on. And that's going to be a wonderful thing. And if you want to see something tomorrow, if you just can't let a day go by without an RJ, I understand. Neither can I, really. Physically, it's physically impossible. But at 11 o'clock Central, Stephen Healy and I are going to be going over. We are building a bot for Live Video Hub. We are talking. He's acting as my client, and I'm acting as the bot builder, so that you can kind of see how this stuff is done. Meanwhile, we are building basically a little discoverability engine for the Live Video Hub. Right now, you get on there and you see a whole bunch of broadcasters and a whole bunch of titles, and it's like Christmas, but it's a little overwhelming. So what we're doing is we're going to build a discoverability engine as a messenger bot, so that people can get on there, find some quality shows that they want to watch, and connect with broadcasters. So if you want to see that, just be surfing the Black Belt Bots page tomorrow about 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, and you will see us. And Build a Bot Wednesday. Yeah. Absolutely. Outstanding info. Thank you. Hey, Ron, thank you. And come back on by. I am on the air a lot, as you could probably tell. And I would love to see you again, take some questions and talk to you some about what you do. So very good. That's what I got going on, darlings. I will see you in a bot.